So for this warm-up, we're going to look at row 5. So we're looking at this row here. Okay? Now, this is a negative, or it has a -5 in it. You can either forget all the negatives and just make your terms plus, minus, or you can make all your terms positive and include the negative in that -5. Either way, you're going to end up with the same series of positives and negatives, but if you do both, then you're going to get it wrong. Okay? So you have to choose one way or the other. Either make everything plus, and then every time you write down 5, write down -5. Or forget all the negatives and just make every other term negative. Okay? So when we get there, I'll show you what I mean. So we look to the triangle. First term is a 1, so we don't really need that. So we have 2x to the 5th. How many -5s do I need? I need none. Okay? So I'm going to write plus. Okay? I'm going to say the next term is positive. Now I pull down the next number from the triangle is a 5. So I pull down a 5. And then I look how many 2x's I need. I need 4 of those. And how many -5s do I need? 1. Okay? Now, the other way to do this is to make this a negative and forget the negative inside there. But if you do both, you're going to get it wrong. So either you make this term a positive and you keep the negative on the 5, or you make this term a negative and you forget about all the negatives on the 5s. I don't care which way you do it, but don't do both. You're guaranteed to get it wrong. Okay? So my next term from the triangle is a 10. So plus 10. How many 2x's do I need? 3 of those. How many -5s do I need? 2. Do you get that, Cheyenne? So every number has 3 parts. The first part comes from the triangle. So the 1, the 5, and the 10 came from the triangle. Okay? The second part is the first term. So 2x, 2x, 2x. And then you start with 2x to the 5th power, and you just work your way down. 2x to the 5th, 2x to the 4th, and 2x to the 3rd. Okay? And then the last term, you start with none of them, and you work your way up. No -5s, -5 to the first, -5 to the second. So for my next term, plus, I pull a number from the triangle, which is a 10. And then I pull down my 2x. How many of those do I have? 2. Then I pull down my -5. How many of those do I have? 3. Okay? Then plus, what do I pull down from the triangle? A 5. How many 2x's do I have? 1. How many -5s do I have? 4. Boy, I ran out of smartboard. Okay? And then I pull down 1, which I don't really need. So plus, how many 2x's? None. How many -5s? 5 of them. Once we have it all written out, then we just simplify. Yes. Yeah, that 5 is because of the 5th power. So you're going to end up with 6 terms. The first term will be 5 of the first term, and the last term will be 5 of the last term, and then they just kind of cross each other. Yes. So you'd have 8 terms. You'd have a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And then on this side, it would be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah. Okay. So 2 to the 5th is 32. So 32x to the 5th plus, wait, is this one plus or minus? Minus, because it's -5 to the first. So 5 times 2 to the 4th times negative 5. So 5 times, let's get rid of that altogether. We don't need that anymore. Okay, 5 times 2 to the 4th, and, oops, to the 4th, and then you always want to put your negatives in parentheses. That says negative 400. So negative 400x to the 4th. Hey, you guys need to run, don't walk. Why do we even give the cross-country team a bus? Shouldn't they just be able to run there? Well, shouldn't that be the race? Run to Carbon, then run home. Run to San Juan, then run home. Okay. They should, though, huh? Round the pool. We'll call them the round the pool team. Okay. All right. For the third term, 10 times 2 to the 3rd times negative 5 squared. So 10 times 2 to the 3rd times negative 5 squared. Maybe I can make it not pink. Yeah, that helped a little bit. That says 2,000. So is this is plus 2,000 x to the 3rd. Now the next one is 10 times 2 squared times negative 5 to the 3rd. So 10 times 2 squared times negative 5, negative 5 to the 3rd. Negative 5,000. It's a glare. It's a glare from this light. But without the light, you can't see it. Okay, and the next one is 5 times 2 times negative 5 to the 4th. 5 times 2 times negative 5 to the 4th, which is 6250 x. And then the last one is just negative 5 to the 5th, which is negative 3125. Hannah, do the negatives make sense? So, okay. And then you try to do them the same. Okay, and that would be a mistake. So you either make them all positive and count the negative 5s, or you forget the negative 5s and you just alter the signs every time. Yes. We did. It's actually negative 5 to the 0, which is 1. So we don't, right, the second term doesn't show up here, just like the first term doesn't show up in the end. Yeah, so it's actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, good question. Yes? Oh, no. No. This is called the binomial theorem. We don't do scientific method at all. Okay. For those of you still in the land of the awake people, are you saying scientific notation? No, this is different. Okay. You had the word scientific right. Good job. Okay. So the last few problems on your assignment say expand, which means multiply all those out, just like we did yesterday. The first 2/3 of the worksheet, however, is a lot easier. So let's say that we had 2x minus 5y, and we're going to raise that to the 6th. But I don't want the whole thing. What if all I want is the x to the 3rd, the coefficient of the x to the 3rd term? What does coefficient mean? The number in front of the variables. So it doesn't even want the variables. All it wants to know is, on the x to the 3rd term, what is the coefficient? So which term is that? How far in do we have to go before we hit x to the 3rd? So let's look. We're on x to the 6th row. So this would be x to the 6th, x to the 5th, x to the 4th. This is the term we're looking for. It's not just 20 because there are other numbers, right? So it's 20. How many 2x's are there? So it would be 6, 5, 4, 3. How many negative 5y's are there? So what's this one? 0, 1, 2, 3. And we can forget about the variables for this one. So 20 times 2 to the 3rd times negative 5 to the 3rd. That's going to be our answer. So 20 times 2 to the 3rd times negative 5 to the 3rd. Oh, I did that. Anyways. So 20 times 2 to the 3rd times negative 5 to the 3rd. And the answer is negative 20,000. And you're done. Okay, let's do another one. So let's do 7x plus 4y to the 5th, and I want to know the y to the 4th term, the coefficient of the y to the 4th term. How far in do I need to go to hit the y to the 4th term? Almost to the end, right? The second to the last one, right? Because my y to the 4th is the second term of my binomial. So if I go to row 5 right here, what is the y value there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the second to the last one. Do you get that, Hannah? Okay, so we pull down the 5. How many 7x's are there in the second to the last term? How many 7x's are there in the last term? None. So the second to the last term must be just one of them. How many 4y's are there in the second to the last term? 4. And these numbers should always add up to be the exponent. So if you know one, you automatically know the other. I didn't think of it till now. Okay, so my coefficient is 35 times 4 to the 4th. So the answer is going to be, if you could see that, 8960. So where did I get the 1? So if I look at the 7x's, this would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If I were to write all this out, the 1, and I move my paper a little bit. Let me erase this. So if I look at row 5, this is my A term and this is my B term. How many A terms are there here? 5. there are 0 b terms. So this is 5 a's and 0 b's. What about here? 4 a's, 1 b. How many here? 3 a's, 2 b's. When I get down to this one, I have a to the first and b to the fourth. So it's 5 a to the first, b to the fourth. So 5 a to the first, b to the fourth. Okay, let's look at another one. What is my coefficient of the x to the third term? So we look at row 8. I'll leave this up. You can look at it online. So how many x's are in the first one? 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I went too far. Wasn't paying attention. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 56. How many 4s? So 8, 7, 6, 5. And how many negative x's? 3. So I'm going to type in 56 times 4 to the 5th times -1 to the 3rd, which is just -1. So it's 56 times 4 to the 5th. Whatever that is, some really big number. Okay? One more. I'll leave this up. Okay. Find the 6th term. So this is everything in term number 6. Okay? So we look at row 8. 6th term. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 56. Right, but the 6th term is the 6th one in order. It's not the y to the 6th term. It is term number 6. Okay? So 56, how many 4x's are there in that 6th term? So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So I automatically know how many -3y's are there. There have to be 5 because 3 and 5 is 8. No, the top one doesn't count because that's row 0. That's the 0 power. Good, that's a good thing. So this is row 8, which is actually row 9, but the top row is the 0 power. So we can ignore that. All right, so the term is going to be negative. What is, somebody do this for me, 56 times 4 to the 3rd times 3 to the 5th. 8, 7, 9, 1, 2. How many x's? To the 3rd, how many y's? To the 5th. So this is term number 6. Okay? All right. This worksheet is due tomorrow.